issues with Gillie and Wallow.
Yeah, you have issues with Gillie.
I don't have issues with Gillie.
Now, see, this is where the cap.
I don't have
on
issues.
Your part,
Van. I don't have issues with.
This is where the cap comes on you. You obviously have issues with Gillie. You obviously do. I listen 5 hours of it every time y'all drop. I listen to it. You obviously have issues with Gillie. Now who's capping? Now who's not running to the fire?
I'm telling you, I don't have issues, and you telling me I do have issues.
Define it.
Define what?
Define what the animus seems to be then.
I don't know. Joe is awesome. I can't speak for anybody else.
See, Media Joe.
It's not. Joe. I just handled my beef on 3 Hour Live. I was calling out Sneak just something.
Hey, you know what? Jump on with that.
Van.
What up?
The people you're talking about don't exist in my universe.
See what I'm saying?
They exist in your. Listen to me. Listen to me. Right. They exist in your universe. I don't have issues with any of these people because I don't acknowledge these people's existence.
So let me put it to you this way. I've never heard their podcast. Don't have any issue with them. Just I've never heard their podcast. You know how I know that they have a podcast? I know that they have a podcast from your podcast. So obviously, they exist in your universe. They exist in your universe because I've heard about shit that they say in their podcast.
All right. Enough of this LA shit that you're talking on a Friday night. Van, you've heard about it on my podcast because Joe, being the black guy that's at the top of the podcast game, throws a bone to any other black person that I know that is starting a podcast. I've done it with you. I've done it with Gillie. I've done it with Tax. I've done it with Charlamagne. I've done it with any Mandy, you name it. I throw bones to other I throw bones to other black creatives as the #1 person in my position. When I see people envy that position, or I see people just take shots at a throne, I make a mental checkpoint of it and I keep moving as the #1 person in my position. Gillie's world will never interact with mine. It's 2 different leagues. It's 2 different games. It's 2 different objectives. It's 2 different niggas at the negotiating table. We 2 different niggas.
Right.
You talking about Act, you talking about Gillie, you talking about a bunch of people who all have their own way of doing business.
Word.
Respect to them. You have your way of doing business. I got a lot to say about your way of doing business too, nigga.
Give it up.
No, it's no point. You know why? Because everybody has their own way of doing business. But when niggas go to bed at night, you know what has to be acknowledged? Joe's #1.
Joe, bro, I don't think there's anybody in this, right? Who
So when you speak about, let me just say this last piece, man, and then you can go. So when you talk about the niggas who may have an issue with Joe, don't end it at, do niggas have an issue with Joe? End it at, do niggas have an issue with Joe and Joe is at the top?
Well, I'm not here to kiss.
Now you were saying.
Well, what I'm saying is that obviously, when people say things about you, you feel a certain way, whether or not they exist in your universe or not, because you take your mighty #1 podcast and then use that mic to address those people.
Wrong.
I'm on that hood shit. Ain't a millionaire yet, but I'm hood rich. I got a house on some land with a movie room and a couple dogs you can chill with.